Greetings and salutations. This is the Bud Sandwich Show. I'm doing a review today on day 5 of the Michael Jackson trial. Now, y'all know how I do. Now, look, today's sponsor is Pucker Grape Flavor Vodka. Ain't that a cute bottle? Look at that. I like the lips on it. Pucker Vodka. It says grape gone wild. You know black people like grapes, so that's why I picked it. I got my glass here. And I'm going to try this drink out, and then I'm going to go in on this Michael Jackson track. Okay. Let me see. How much do I need? Because this is going to tear my nerves up. Ooh, it's pouring real smooth. Is that enough? Y'all know I'm not a heavy drinker, honey. A bitch will drink some of this shit, honey. Bitch be sleep all rest of the day. I'll be gone. I mean, when I was young and 19 and 20 and shit, I could drink. But now when you get older, ooh, you can't drink that shit without going to lay your ass down somewhere. Ooh, it smells real good. But that's what the old folks do. So I'm gonna put our sponsor right here. This is our sponsor. Okay. Let me twirl it, because you got to twirl it with your finger. You got to twirl it and mix your grape in. You think. This shit is nasty. But anyway, well, it ain't that bad. I don't know. We gonna wait on that. That might have been their last chance of being a sponsor on the Bud Sandwich Show. Okay. Basically, day 5. They brought in the they brought in the doctors from the emergency room and this other area. Um, in a nutshell, Dr. Murray, again, as I said in the other videos, didn't tell anybody that he had given him propofol, nor did he tell anybody about the other drugs that he had given him. The white lady that came in today from the doctor of the emergency room, she knew, she already figured that she already said that Michael Jackson was clinically dead from the time he left the house. And from her reports from the other paramedics and everything who was working on it, he was already clinically dead. So she was saying she also administers propofol, this white lady from the emergency. So so we find out that Michael was about he was about 5'10", 5'11". I don't think he was 6 foot, but he actually weighed 135 pounds, which is ultra skinny for a man. Now, but he was already suffering from dehydration. Dr. Murray said the only thing he gave him was intravenously was 2 milligrams of lorazepam twice. No, but he didn't tell them about the other drugs he had gave Michael. I'm really waiting for the part where they talk to the toxicology people and do the thing. Then we'll really know all the shit that was in Michael's system. So you have to consider, you know, when giving medication, even when you go to the doctor, they don't want you to lose weight. So he said that he only gave him 25 milligrams of propofol. Well, the white lady who administers from the emergency room, who administers propofol, said that 25 milligrams wouldn't even put nobody to sleep. She said that's not even enough to put anybody to sleep. So my question is, okay, if you gave him 25 milligrams of propofol and the white lady just said that shit wouldn't put you to sleep, Then Michael was asleep when you walked out the room. He was fully awake. He was awake. He wouldn't have went to sleep, even at 135 pounds, I guess. But she said it wouldn't have worked. But my thing is this, Dr. Murray, you have been doing nothing but lying all the time. And if you only giving out 25 milligrams of propofol, then why wouldn't you tell anybody? I mean, if you doing legal shit and everything you doing is right, you wouldn't need to hide your propofol bags, bitch, or your bottles because you'd have a script from the doctor to validate why you have these medications in your house. So that's they also brought up the fact that during the time that Dr. Murray administered the propofol, he was on his cell phone, chit chatting with bitches, talking to bitches, texting bitches, all this shit, and you got a motherfucker laying up here that's paying you $150,000 a month, and you can't even stay in there, and you texting bitches. Tomorrow, well today, because I was supposed to have done this review last night, but today they supposed to be bringing in Conrad's bitches. Baby, I want to see these hoes, honey, and they better not be over 25. Because if you talking to a bunch of old bitches, oh, oh. Let me tell you something. If Michael was paying me $150,000 a month, I'd have hired a bitch to hold a damn mirror in front of his face while he slept. Do you hear me? I would have hired Keisha from down the block. Bitch, hold this motherfucking mirror. Let him breathe on it, bitch. As soon as you don't see no fog, bitch, get me. Call 911. Don't tell me get me. Call her. That's what I would have done. But everybody don't do things the way I do. So the defense is trying to say, well, Michael woke up during his sleep and injected the shit to himself. Bullshit. I do not believe that. And even if he did, let's say he did wake up out of the shit, that was your motherfucking job to be there and make sure that he didn't get up or move or try to do anything. He's paying you $150,000 a day. What the fuck? That's like 25. That's like, I don't know I can't even do the math on it, but that's a lot of goddamn money per day. 150,000, and you can't. Oh, so to me, the trial is already over because it's already blatant that he didn't talk to nobody or tell anybody anything. So then they bring in this Asian bitch. She's a cardiologist too. This Asian bitch was bad. I mean, this bitch had like 9 degrees. She double majored. She was cold. This bitch was bad. She came up in the motherfucking thing, honey, with this motherfucking gray and black suit on, with motherfucking Lady Gaga collar and some motherfucking shoulder pads, bitch. Yes, ma'am. She turned it out. She had a badass outfit on, and then she had this collar that was the same black and gray, and it came up. It was big, but on the inside it was a burnt orange, like leather. The bitch was bad. She had like 1,000,000 degrees. She was cold. And every time they asked that bitch a question, she gave it to him. And she did not back down. She was so fucking intelligent. Her name was like Dr. Nung or something like that. But the bitch was bad. And mm, so the Asian bitch, she was like, okay, Dr. Murray asked me and this other guy to put a bag or a balloon or something inside his chest to try to get him to back to life. But all the doctors told him he's already dead. You know, everybody's saying, bitch, he dead. But Dr. Murray, I guess, is trying to portray that he was a doctor and he was doing everything he could to keep him alive, and and whoop-de-woo and trying real hard. That's what the defense is trying to portray to the jury. But no, Dr. Murray, you weren't. You gave substandard care in a nutshell. Medically, you gave substandard care. For one, like both of the doctors said, propofol is not to be used at all in the home. It's just not. So that's why Dr. Murray was grabbing up everything because he knew that one, he was not authorized to use propofol, and for two, he is not certified by the board to use propofol. He's just a, you know what? Michael Jackson isn't on trial. Okay, I'm trying not to mix Michael Jackson on being on trial and Dr. Murray because the reality is Michael surrounded himself with enablers. Dr. Murray was basically his paid drug dealer. Dr. Murray would write him prescriptions so for him to get fucked up on, basically. He had his legal indoor pharmacist. Michael may not have done street drugs, but he did drugs, prescription drugs. That's what it was, and that's what who Dr. Murray was to him. He was his pusher. So he didn't give a fuck. So now, today they're supposed to be, and through all the doctors that he met, I'm going to reiterate that, he never told anybody that he had given him propofol, which to me just shows his deception and how he was hiding things. One of the paramedics the day before said that had they been notified as soon as it happened, Michael would still be alive. And I believe that. When you waited an hour or more to do something, a person's going to die. Dr. Murray said that he gave him that medication at 10:40 a.m., that he came back at 11 a.m. and found him having difficulty breathing. So you telling me you couldn't have called nobody from 11 and you didn't at 11 a.m. when the shit was going down? That fucks with me. I'm sorry, that just fucks with me. But he knew deep down that he was doing some foul shit and that he was doing some illegal shit for Michael Jackson. So that's kind of what it is. So as far as I'm concerned, honey, the trial is already over. There's no possible way that Dr. Murray is gonna get off on any of this shit. He's gonna have to do something on this because he did inadequate medical care. Period. That's substandard. So today they supposed to be bringing in Dr. Conray's bitches. I can't wait to see these hoes. Boy, I got to see these hoes. Because the motherfucker telling me he making $150,000 a month, bitch. Shit. If you making $150,000 a month, you better have you some bad bitches on your side. You better have some bitches, some bad bitches. So let me think. What else happened during the trial? The Asian lady was, like I said, she was just fantastic. She was really good. The defense for Dr. Murray, they tried as best they could to trip that woman up. But all they said was, look, the motherfucker was dead. I mean, that nigga was dead at 11 o'clock. And here y'all are, it's damn near 1 o'clock. Y'all got us beating on this man, bruising him and doing all this shit. And he was already dead. So I'm just hoping that the jury doesn't look at him like as if, oh, he was trying, he was concerned, or whatever. Fuck that. Fuck that. He let that man die. And that's what he did. He let that man die and he wasn't doing his job. The whole thing goes back to one, he didn't tell anybody he gave him propofol, and two, he didn't relay information to the other doctors who could have helped him. In a nutshell, because he already knew he was dead. Peace and blessings. My 15 minutes is up. I'll be back for part 6.